Alright, what's today? No idea. I think it's maybe July 8th. It's a Saturday. July 8th, 2023. Approximately 12:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sweating my butt off in New England. The rain is finally held up. The overcast and the smoke from Canada is pretty much dissipated. And it is around 90 degrees today. Pretty hot, a little bit muggy too. Anyways, I'm on my way to be a degenerate at the casino and play some poker again. Finish my work in the morning, so I like to go play some poker and relax. And I was just thinking about maybe I would say a decade ago this happened, but I got a little back and forth with X her name. She used to be token libertarian girl, Julie Travasky or something. No, I'm mixing up the two names, but Julie, and I'm messing up her last name because it's not Julia, which is Brave New World, but she used to be a token libertarian girl. She's since grown up. She's a mother, libertarian. Do think she's a libertarian, but she's female. She leans female. So I wouldn't call her exactly a leftist, but I haven't really seen, at least publicly, any changes from her over that decade. Most people that I see that have been in libertarianism, that are true libertarians, that start off as LPs, are anarchists within a couple of years, and if not, they're more like Dave Smith, where they're utilizing a Ron Paul type system, is using the system to get people out into freedom. Anyways, I had said she was complaining about the patriarchy and how the government was patriarchal, and I say that was Orwellian doublespeak, that the government is matriarchal in its essence. And the way that I explain this, or the way that I see this, is that natural order is more patriarchal than a government system which is trying to do ecosystem engineering, social engineering, eugenics, and so on and so forth. That's why it's father time, and physics and mathematics are and God is usually considered in science male endeavors, and him, masculine, whereas social elements in sciences, and you have a low IQ, well, you have a low EQ, and it's like there's no such thing. You're just trying to Orwellian doublespeak a science practice that they're trying to figure out. Now, I will admit that you can't take a objective test for IQ. They can't do a brain scan or anything like that. Now, they can do brain scans and see how much your prefrontal cortex and stuff works. But anyways, the main reason that I see the government as matriarchal is because by default, everybody comes into poverty by default. And men know, even in today's system, that they're not good enough as is, and that they must create something in order to be perceived as valuable by society. Whereas because women can create future life in their womb, obviously you need the sperm from the man and then the resource for the baby afterwards, but the creator is the woman, and people want to pass that lineage forward. Women get off kind of easy in the beginning where they're seen as valuable for their fertility, whereas men have to create the resources to prove that their sperm is good to fertilize the eggs for the lineage. So what happens is women also need some sort of collective. If they get pregnant, there's a lot of downtime. So if they utilize their gift, they need help from at least a man, if not a man and his family, and if not the family of the community. To quote one of everybody's favorite politicians, Miss Hillary Clinton, it takes a village. But literally, in a woman's mindset, it does take a village to survive. From a purely logical economic standpoint, if you just calculate like calories in, calories out, and the way that we calculate, and I'm not saying governmental GDP, but even Austrian economics GDP, women are a net loss. So in order for a society to balance out even and not go into debt, men have to be a net positive. That's why we have to be human doings, and women can just be human beings. So when everybody's like, repeal the 19th, women shouldn't be able to vote. Whenever women vote in any country, they start going into debt, and of course they do, because they're a net negative. So in a free society, the reason that women feel the stress of the patriarchy is because they do. Whereas the patriarchy is natural order of existence. And because they've evolved in a manner where they need others, they have to do a lot more social, what they would call emotional labor, in order to land a man to give them resources. And because the value is not seen directly financially, they have to do emotional labor in the manner so that they can convince somebody who's good at economics that the amount of happiness or non-economic benefits that they supply to an individual are high enough to offset the negative loss that they are, the cost. So dating a woman is a financial net loss. So there's ways that women in the past could overcome this, and this was the balance that society had, and I still see it today. Over the past 3 to 4 months, I made it a goal that anytime I see a woman who is wearing a dress, does not have tattoos, does not have a wedding ring, it is under like 40, 35, hopefully no makeup, but that's something you can work on, because I just offer that to them in a relationship, saying if you date me, you don't have to wear makeup. And a lot of women take me up on that offer because they don't actually want to wear makeup. They don't wear it for themselves. They wear it because they feel a pressure to attract them to a mate. So when I give them, that's a benefit of dating me, is that I can offer them the ability to date me and be natural without makeup, and usually their skin improves, they feel healthier, they waste less time. They still once in a while like to throw some eyeliner on or what have you. But anyways, I've been approaching any women that meet that criteria, and they're very few and far between. It's been 2 women total in 3.5, 4 months that I've been doing it. But I have been noticing women in dresses. And what I have been noticing is women without makeup, with no tattoos, wearing dresses, have wedding rings on their fingers. And for the majority of them, they're driving, the ones that I've seen have been driving Porsche SUVs, Mercedes SUVs, BMW sedans. They're doing okay for themselves. One of them literally had a license plate. I won't tell the total vanity plate, but the first part said MRS and then her husband's last initial. And she was driving a Porsche SUV. And I just thought to myself, I mean, most likely he has enough resources that he doesn't care about an extra $1,000 monthly payment for her. So her and that license plate and that car bring him more social value in the community when his wife is out and amongst his friends and everything like that. So maybe it's good for his business or whatever. But I just couldn't. She was older, this particular woman, and I thought to myself, I wonder how much value she brought to him. And one of the things that I could just think of is she was taking care of the entire house. What's a pain for me is wow, that guy's tire is fucked. So the thing's literally going his back tire. Anyways, so I don't do my own laundry. I take it to be serviced. But I still have to get my laundry, remember when it's due, not run out when I'm so busy running everything, and take my laundry in, pay for it, and get it serviced. And then go pick it up. It only takes a couple hours. The money's not a big deal, but it's an extra step in my life to organize the laundry, to realize that I need laundry, to realize my sheets need clean, all this stuff, and take time out of my day to drop it off, and then I'll get busy and I'm like, oh crap, they're about to close, I gotta go pick it up. And my particular place only takes cash, so I got to make sure that I get cash if I'm, and most of the stuff I do is digital transfer. And then I like to do all my own cooking because it's healthy, I know the ingredients, and I'm vegan. And the market is very close to my house, and the problem is if I order the food delivered, now I got to wait around for the food to be delivered. And I'm out and about, I like to do stuff. I'm hiking, I'm traveling, I'm doing all this stuff. So I usually end up doing my own shopping as well, which doesn't take that much time, and the cooking doesn't take a ton of time. But if I knew that I could have my healthy meals measured and prepared properly to the proportions of the macros and the micros, and I could, even if I could teach a woman that doesn't know how to cook and doesn't know how to healthy manage, how to manage the calorie intake and extake and health benefits for her family. So just instead of ordering pizza or ordering, making spaghetti because it's Wednesday or whatever, which is full of carbs, from a early age in a child, think to have a child understand portion sizes and stuff, that a meal is this many carbs, this many vegetables, this many sugars in your fruits, this many proteins, drinking fluids, drinking water instead of Kool-Aid and Sunny D and all this bullshit and sodas. Have somebody manage that for your family. That's really important, because not only are you having kids, but everything is being managed and taught properly down to even nutrition from an intelligent partner. Now that would be really important to me. If I had, even if I had all daughters, which are going to be a societal net loss, back to strictly economic, and no sons. If I have a son, it'd be very important for him to learn nutrition. But if I had all daughters and my wife teaches them nutrition, then I have 4 net losses that I'm under track. If I can get a good husband for these wives to carry the lineage on, and they know nutrition, then high-level men that want proper nutrition for them and their lineage will want to marry these women. And then it's one last factor. How much more productive can a husband be when he's in good, healthy shape and eating properly? And nowadays you see these big tubby couples together, and I just think, who manages their food? They're not even managing their own food. So if you have a stay-at-home wife that's supposedly doing all the food, I hope the two of you look really healthy and lean, because she has plenty of time to get on YouTube and research proper health and nutrition for everybody, because that's her management of the job. And now it's different. So instead of me having an app that manages all my food macros and micros, whatever, I would love to have my wife have that app for me, herself, and the kids, and she's managing the proper nutrition, vitamins, nutrition, and saying, okay, it's 3 o'clock, I'm on the computer, I'm working, and she comes in and it's time for your, I'm doing 4 meals a day at 50 grams of protein, 75 grams of carbs, my fluids, my vitamin intake, my nutrients, my supplements. If I could have those all done by somebody else instead of managing them myself, that would be a huge benefit to me overall. So just to finish this up, the reason that the government is a matriarchal system, because I'm at my destination here, is it works on a net loss, because what it tries to do is manage how society should be balanced to offset the rough, tumble, exact, precise, efficient law of nature of calories in, calories out. If you don't have enough calories, you perish. And when you can make extra calories, because you get really good at capitalism, and not only you're taking enough calories, you make extra money for extra calories, you can extend your family. So, all right, enough video for today.